welcome to the war, a war that's been going on for 20-odd weeks now, and, ladies and gentlemen, we've suffered our first casualty.
Chas Licciardello, ladies and gentlemen. Look at you there, getting arrested for offensive behaviour. You're an absolute disgrace.
What were you thinking there, Chas? Pretending to sell rubber knives to Canterbury Bulldogs fans. I mean, don't you realise how insulting that is?
Yes, I know it's very insulting. They much prefer to use their fists. It's no wonder they got so upset with me, I understand.
I personally thought that the whole thing was much ado about nothing. I mean, I thought it was fine, but I think you did cross the line when you then went to Israel and started selling rubber rockets outside the Lebanon border.
Get your Israeli army merchandise and bring the support it needs for the war! Now, that one was fine, no problems there. That wasn't nearly as bad because according to the media, what I did at Canterbury was far more serious and newsworthy than the events in Lebanon. Just check out the order of the 2UE News Bulletin on Saturday. Now, this was the top story.
The Bulldogs say the Rugby League club is insulted by a Sydney comedian's prank to sell its fans fake weapons. Chas Licciardello...
And this was the next story.
Hezbollah's chief has declared open war on Israel following escalating violence in Lebanon.
Well, of course, Chas is a bigger story than Lebanon. And for me, the real outrage is that Alexander Downer and the federal government did nothing to evacuate those Canterbury fans out of harm's way.
Where was the ferry? Where was the evacuation plan? You got Australian citizens trapped near a madman with a tray of plastic props and the government did nothing.
No, exactly. Look, Chas, though, I wouldn't be too worried about these charges. We've managed to get the lawyer who got the Canterbury Bulldogs people off the rape allegations, so you'll be fine.
It doesn't matter. No, forget. It doesn't matter because the Channel 9 Sunday Roast Footy Show have already handed down my sentence.
Now, this is the public broadcaster. I think he's paid for by public money, his salary, so I think the public should decide what his punishment would be, and I'm suggesting 1 week in a prison cell to write some new material. For Chas Licciardello this week, and the Bulldogs fans just come up with a punishment.
With a bloke called Bubba.
Yep, he needs to get a new girlfriend.
And bend over and pick up the soap.
Someone like the footy show to resort to anal sex humour, isn't it?
Well, they weren't the only ones who didn't like the piece. The head of the NRL, David Gallop, also came out pretty hard.
Bulldogs fans have been very concerned about these issues, and I'd be surprised if they found it funny.
Look, give me a break, OK? I was just trying to help. I mean, we all know that Bulldogs fans can get a little hot under the collar at times, so I just tried to make myself an honest buck, selling them the kind of club merchandise they might actually want. Everything the Bulldogs supporter needs. You guys want some merchandise? Got the Bulldogs knife. We got the. Look, we got the Bulldogs knuckle dusters. We got the Bulldogs flares.
Got a machete?
Right. Oh, I wish I did. I've already sold our machetes tonight.
Plastic.
Well, hang on. How much help does a Bulldog supporter need to knife someone? I think plastic will do fine.
They're not all like that.
No, I know not all Bulldog supporters carry knives. That's why I'm out here selling them.
We're St George supporters, so we don't need any of that merchandise.
Oh, no, you do, for self-defence. Trust me, you need it more than anyone.
I get locked up if I get through the front door.
Ah, no worries. Bulldogs balaclava. You should get a balaclava. You'll be the best-looking person at the game. Yours for $3. Or I'll give you the Bulldogs discount. You knife me and then take it for free. Yeah. Keep your face warm from the security cameras, yeah.
Don't get for doggies or?
Mate, I'm a huge dog supporter. Look at this. I'm the one who gave them the right hypno.
Say no to violence.
Say no to violence. Mate, I'm not your parole officer. It's okay. You interested, sir? With all the shit I've been selling tonight, you're going to need all you can get.
Having seen it, I'm with David Gallop. It's not funny at all. No, not funny.
But can I just ask you though, Chas, did you actually manage to sell anything that night?
The Bulldog supporters weren't really interested in my merchandise, although I did sell one balaclava. To one of the players, in fact. It was nice to see it get some use that night, too.
Andrew Emilio wearing his T-shirt as a makeshift balaclava.
I think we've just seen our very first terrorist bonehead.
There he is, Harvey Worth. You sure that wasn't you, Chas?
Oh, yeah, no, that wasn't me. This was me.
This was an irresponsible prank, in our view. These are serious issues.
Well, congratulations, Chas. If nothing else, you've certainly caused a stir. There we are. Good on you, mate. You've certainly caused a stir. Look, you know, even Morris Yemma got involved in this one. He's the Premier. He's the most powerful man in New South Wales after Alan Jones.
A lot of us enjoy a laugh from the chaser. However, what occurred last night was grossly irresponsible behaviour.
Grossly irresponsible behaviour, which is quite big coming from a guy who doesn't mind telling the odd joke himself.
The Premier has made his own constituents the butt of a joke.
Vince is the first person to move from Punchbowl to Vaucluse without a balaclava. Morris Yema wouldn't repeat it today.
Oh, no, well, you can read about it in the newspaper. It's just a joke. Lighten up.
Lighten up! Lighten up! You're one very black kettle, Yema.
No, I am sorry, Chaz. I'm with the Premier on this one. I mean, I actually think that your joke was much worse than his, and I think more needs to be done to crack down on people like you. A point I decided to take up with the Premier himself.
They're getting on with the job of doing that and improving safety in our school zones.
Premier, will you give police more powers to deal with the problem of people making jokes about football hooliganism?
Giving police more powers.
Yes.
Look, I made my comments about that issue on Saturday, and I stand behind those comments.
Are you concerned about the increase of comedy crime under your watch, Premier?
This Sunday night, don't miss all the glitz and glamour of the 48th Annual Snuff Film Awards. It's the snuff industry's night of nights as the Shrine Auditorium plays host to a galaxy of stars, or at least the ones who aren't dead.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a great honour to accept this award on behalf of Cynthia. I know she would have loved to have been here herself in person tonight, but unfortunately she was hacked to death during the making of the film.
That's the 48th Annual Snuff Film Awards, 8:30 this Sunday on ABC.
Excuse me, guys, I've lost my watch and I can't tell the correct time from this incredible range of antique clocks. 10:32, 10:24, 10:27, 10:19, that's 10:19, 10:19. This price is never to be repeated. 10:19. Clocks, watches, chronometers, timepieces. It's absolutely insane. If any of you know the correct time, make me an offer. What do you mean, mental health? Mental health? I'm not absolutely insane.
Now, Jules, I think it's fair to say that you and I both feel very strongly about animal rights.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've always said animals should enjoy exactly the same rights that humans do.
Oh, I think so. The right to drive.
The right to go on skiing holidays.
The right to co-host a quiz show with Ed Phillips.
Yeah. But, you know, it amazes me how much animal cruelty there is in this world. I mean, let's take my personal hobby horse at the moment. Animal fur. Now, Andrew, you and I have always supported animal fur processes. You know these people who turn up at fashion events and throw red paint all over models wearing fur?
That's right. Well, a splash of red paint often makes the clothes look more sensible. And the fashion industry is a legitimate target, I think, but they're not the only ones endorsing animal fur, are they, Jules?
They are not.
We know of others in our society who wear animal fur all the time, and I think it's high time the protesters made a stand against them as well.
Just so you know, this zoo uses a whole lot of animals that have fur.
Say no to animal fur. Say no to animal fur.
Fur is murder. Fur is murder. You're a murderer.
Some leopard died for you to wear that leopard skin.
You're a murderer. You're a pig dog murderer. Get that coat off.
Mate, that's meerkat fur that you're wearing. Look at the shame on your face.
Yeah.
Look at the shame. It's not a fashion parade, it's murder.
Hypocritical mountain goats. You get all excited about fashion models, then you go and do it yourself wearing fur, you hypocrite tapir. You disgust me.
Read the sign. Read the sign.
You murderer. You murderer.
Hey, you capitalist fur-wearing slut!
You're a pig!
Get the coat
filthy
off!
coat.
You think you're fashionable? Well, that's German Shepherd hair!
What are you doing?
You're a killer! Your dog should be wearing synthetic fur.
You're a hypocrite! You're a hypocrite!
You're a murderer!
Hypocrite!
You're a murderer!
Get your coat off! Get it, all right.
Get the jacket off!
Okay, where's the zip? Where's the zip?
Go. Get your go. Come on.
He's wearing fur. It's real fur.
Get it!
You're a killer!
Who would have thought during Alligator jail?
Now, tell you what, this sells more confined than a man of Vanstone's piggery. But anyway, on to science fiction news now. And gee, it's a great time to be a nerd at the moment with the brand new series of Doctor Who, now screening on the ABC.
Oh, yes, and we've got a very special treat for Whovians tonight with the launch of a new music video by the president of the Doctor Who fan club of Wollongong.
Yo, Doctor Who is back. See if you can recognise this music. Woo! It's the theme music. I can hardly step outside. It's all that I can do to hide the fact that I'm a fan of Doctor Who. I even earned a special mention when I dressed up at the fan convention as a Cyberman from season 22. Woo! 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 I'm a fan of Doctor Who. My friends say that I'm retarded just because I've built a model TARDIS and pretend I'm chasing Daleks through space and time.
Exterminate! Exterminate!
I don't know why, but people laugh when I show them the autograph I got from the actor who did the voice of K9. It's hard to get a screw when you're a fan of Doctor Who. His female companions, I love them all. They're stuck all over my bedroom wall. My favourite ones are Ace and Sarah Jane. And when I go to shop at the ABC, I don't just stop at the DVDs, I also buy books from the Doctor Who novel range. All the girls say, ooh, he's a fan of Doctor Who. I'm always sure to ask the question, out of all the doctors, who's the best one? Whenever I meet up with a fellow fan. Was it William Hartnell, Peter Cushing, Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee, Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Richard E. Grant, who only played the role in the 40th anniversary BBC interactive webcast adventure, or Paul McGann? Oh, I couldn't fit it in the song, but my favourite script editor is Robert Holmes. You don't score much when you're a fan of Doctor Who. It's the theme music again.
This week on Catalyst, the Great Chip Debate. As fast food giants argue over whose chips taste the best, we put the question to the chip experts themselves.
First up, the Macca's fries.
How do the multinational chains stack up against the local fish and chip shop? And is it true that seagulls won't eat the McDonald's pickle either?
They've touched everything but the pickle.
Catalyst, 8 o'clock Thursday on ABC.
And in other news this week, there's been mounting pressure on the federal government to pull out all stops for the hundreds of Australians still stranded in Lebanon.
Can you believe all this fiasco with the ferries?
Yeah, well, apparently the government did organise a P&O cruiser to pick up the Aussies, but that turned out they weren't that desperate. Yeah.
It's a terrible situation, and can I just say how touched we've been by the concern expressed by the media in relation to the trapped Lebanese Australian families, especially Alan Jones on 2GB.
Pamela, in an email, says to me, leave those opportunistic dual citizen Lebanese where they are. Just bring their Australian passports home. Good point.
Touching.
Beautiful. Did you see, too, the Australian government's now sent 80 troops to Beirut to help with the crisis. But unfortunately, they didn't get there because they tried to fly over on an F-111 plane.
What a pity. It would have been historic otherwise, rescuing those Australians. It would have been the first time ever we'd sent troops to the Middle East on a mission actually in the national interest.
Oh, absolutely. Elsewhere, a man's been fined. Did you see this? $25,000 after he was caught trying to smuggle Australian bird eggs out of the country hidden in his underpants.
It's a lesson to all of us. You can't get wildlife through customs just because you hide it in your underpants. I know, I've tried.
To business now. I was very lucky to get along to Macquarie Bank's AGM yesterday.
It was a good bash.
Oh, tremendous bash. I mean, who wouldn't want to hang out with the highest paid CEO in the country, Alan Moss? You know, he made $21 million last year. I worked it out. That's 58 grand a day, which got me thinking, wouldn't it be great if you could just have Alan Moss's job for one day? You could get a year's pay. So I decided to ask Alan if he'd agree to a job swap. I congratulate you, Mr Moss, on earning $21 million last year. We've actually worked that out as a daily rate, and I'm just wondering whether you'd be willing to swap your job with Kate here, who earns the average wage. She'd just like your job just for one day.
This is a meeting. This is a serious...
Is that okay?
And if it could be like an annual day off, that would be great.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't have to work.
Can we wait till the microphone is given to you?
Sure.
There's one over here first.
Even just a lunch break, Mr Moss? I mean, you could get a return trip to London for that. Business class.
Business class.
I think we need to... I'm sorry we can't go any longer, but we need to close it now. Thank you for joining us.
Alan, Kate's ready to change jobs. You ready to swap? Come on, we've already been waiting half an hour. That's 4,000 she's lost already.
To showbiz news now, and the casualty toll continues to mount on Channel 9's Torval and Dean Dancing on Ice. It's like a hospital ward, that show. Among those still in great pain at the moment are Michael Slater, Gian Rooney, and anyone who's actually had to watch that piece of shit. Still at home, and aircraft noise continues to be a red-hot debate between politicians and residents living underneath the flight path.
Yeah, and the thing I find interesting about this, Craig, is that the people who run our country's airports, you know, the big fat cats who make all the decisions, the flight path's never over their suburb, is it?
No, it isn't. It's not. I mean, take the chairman of Sydney Airports, for instance, Max Moore-Wilton. He doesn't live right under the flight path. He wouldn't know what it's like to be woken up by an aircraft noise at 5 a.m. in the morning. So I thought it was about time he did.
Lovely PJs, yes. In more sobering news, though, Craig, as Bob Geldof keeps reminding us, hunger is a terrible problem all over the world. And what makes me angry is that it's totally preventable. I mean, I don't understand why starving people don't just eat the free food that's on offer. I mean, whenever I go to the supermarket these days, there's always a stall with free tasting food on it every few metres.
Yeah, I love those. You can pick out all day without spending a cent. In fact, these days, I even start my dinner parties at the supermarket for nibblies.
Guys, try the cheese. Actually, there's some pate samples in aisle 5. Shall we go and have a taste? Come on over. Thank you.
You know, the thing about these tasting stalls is, if you give people something for free, they'll eat anything.
What are you selling? Good. Got a few things today. We've got some dips. Yeah. We've got some new meats. Would you like to try dips, meat? Bit of meat. Have you had Labrador before? No. It's dog. It's dog. Dog? Yeah. Labrador range, is it? Or well, that's the breed of dog. It's just not dog meat. Yeah, it's dog meat. I'm thinking a dog. Well, it was a dog. It's not a dog now. Yeah. That's business. This is based on goat. Yeah. It's goat semen. Goat semen. It's called French chunder.
What do you think of the chunda?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, a lot of carrot in it.
What's this one?
That's from the Huon Valley. It's a combination dip, 100% organic. It's primarily a leek and poo. That's leek and poo. No, this one's very rare. Have a go. That's human.
Really? What is it?
Well, it's human. It's not Australian. The Labradors are grain-fed, and the humans are 100% organic. It's urine. It is. It's 100% natural, I guarantee it.
I'll pass.
You sure? Well, I passed. You're so on the bottom. I've had a big night the night before I can do you a case.
Commissioner Cohen is a very professional person, and I've never questioned his integrity.
Mr. Scott, putting AWB aside just for 1 second, in geography, what are orange in South Africa, yellow in China, and red in the US?
Say that again.
It's a geography question.
You've got me there.
Okay, it's rivers.
Rivers. The orange, I'm going to say the Orange Free State, but the Yellow River.
I can't give you that one, sorry.
No. I certainly am not supporting the ACTU where they want to legalise same-sex marriages. That's certainly...
That's not a geography question.
Now, guys, if there's one thing I hate more than getting arrested, it's those people who always expect a tip after they do something.
Oh, yeah, no, and it's really on the rise.
Oh, everywhere you go, it's just it's chronic. People want a tip. Restaurants, the pizza delivery guy, and don't get me started on those little trays they put under your change at bars.
No. The one I hated, you know those bellboys in hotels who always wrestle your little tiny overnight bag off you and then put their hand out for a tip for carrying a bag you didn't want them to take in the first place.
Anyway, it got me thinking, where is it all going to end? What is the smallest, most minor service you could perform for someone and still get yourself a tip? Allow me, sir. There we go. Tip. Allow me, sir. I've got it for you. Here we go. There we go. Tip, sir. Clear on. Excuse me. I got it. There we go. Open the door for you there, man.
Thank you so much.
Tip. Come on. Here, let me polish your glasses. There we go. Hang on, it's much better. There we go.
I can see already.
Yeah,
I can see already.
Because of me.
No,
Tip.
it's
Excuse me, sir. Just allow me to shine your shoes for you while you walk. That's right. Just walk. Keep on. You're right. You're right. Tip. Is that one worth to you? 75 cents? Can I busk for you, sir? Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, no, tip.
No.
You don't have to. It's free. You know, if you're a stinge, just keep your headphones in, nice and sound. There we go. Tip. What? Ingrate. Can I help hold your cigarette for you?
That's better.
Yeah. There you go. You really chop it up fine. You don't want to choke now, sir. Zoom. No. Tip. Allow me. There we go. Wash the head there. There we go. Tip. Don't be stingy. Can't read the newspaper to you. Here, as a death toll from a tsunami in Indonesia stood at 105 today, officials said.
10 cents to be quiet.
Deal. It's all right. I got this one. Allow me.
Hi.
Hi there. Sure. This is the best tip I've ever gotten. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Well, that's just about all we have time for. Have yourselves a great weekend. We'll catch you again next week.
See ya.
Good night.
Bye.
In the tradition of as time goes by and keeping up appearances comes the beautifully restrained BBC comedy, Brightly Bloom the Daffodils.
Oh, Richard, the vicar's coming and we don't have any sandwiches.
Blast! I shall have to drive into town to fetch some.
But you can't. Bertie's taken the car in for a service.
Blast!
Minor mishaps in an English village,
Wellington, come down.
with mildly amusing consequences.
Me on a bicycle. I shall be the laughing stock of the gentleman's club.
Brightly Bloom the Daffodils, tame and tasteful comedy, Friday nights in the slot the Chaser wishes they had.
How do I control this train?